Merry Christmas from Uncle Dave Lewis. This will probably be a multi-part thing because I have quite a few Christmas records. But I don't nearly have as many Christmas records as I have rainbow records. That is, records produced by the Rodehaver Record Company between 1920 and 26. Let me move out of the way. I just got these set up today. Excuse me. This this whole top shelf is all rainbow records. And there's a shelf below that has some rainbow records, specials, and other records that Homer Rodehaver made. Over 600 records, quite a lot. And what we're going to be dealing with right now is Rainbow 1035, which is by the Criterion Quartet. And it's one of only a few Christmas records that appeared on the Rainbow label, which was a sacred record label, by the way. And this coupling is Silent Night on this side. I can't seem to get the label. You could sort of see it there. Very pretty 4-color label. The lighting's not right. Anyway, yeah, well, somewhere there. Anyway, it's a rainbow record. Take my word for it. Very attractive label. This is 1035. A is Silent Night. 1035B is the First Noel. And it's performed by the Criterion Quartet. Now, I'm going to show you. I have 3 copies of this record. And to the naked eye, here's copy 1, which I'm showing you now. Copy 2, which looks exactly the same, Silent Night, First Noel. And copy 3 looks exactly the same. And there are 3 different records. How is that possible? Well, the tale is told in the outer rim of the record, which is this part that runs around here. This one, although there's no matrix number on the A side, there's one on the B, and it's 511. And that places this record in a small number of recordings that were made in Homer Rodehaver's short-lived New York studio in late 1921. And then the other 2 are records that were made in the New York studio the following April or May 1922. However, in the A side, this one is matrix number 7786, and the other one is 7786A. They're different takes, and they do sound different in very subtle ways. The back sides of the 2 Jeanette-made rainbows are the same. What I've decided to do is play 7786. 7786A is actually a slightly more intense musical performance, but unfortunately that record is a bit more dinged than this one. This is the Criterion Quartet was a group that started around 1905, and by the time this record was made in 1922, the membership had completely changed, although it had been stable for several years by this point. It had changed from the original 1905 format. The John Young and Frank Miller, my goodness, I always forget to do this. John Young and Frank Miller are the tenors. George W. Reardon is the baritone, and Donald Chalmers is the bass. John Young was a guy who made a lot of records for Edison and also sang in the American Quartet. Donald Chalmers was a very fine bass who recorded for Victor under his own name and also with the American and some other vocal groups. These guys changed their name about 1925 to the Roxy Quartet to accentuate their relationship with a radio show called Roxy's Gang, on which they were featured. You'll note that the lyrics are a little different. I think that this is a copyright version of the song that Homer probably commissioned someone to translate uniquely out of German, so the lyrics are not quite what I'm used to. But it's some very fine singing, and I hope it helps to add something special to your Christmas time. Sorry. Chimes. Now I also want to play maybe the first verse of the version that was made in Rhodey's New York studio. And this record, later on, it has a defect. For some reason, either the wax got cold or the cut became too shallow, but there's a noisy section which is the result of being undercut. So that may be one of the reasons why Rodehaver felt the need to replace it right away. And there are note chimes, and you'll see it's different from the version we just heard. We'll listen to the first verse. You can note that the recording doesn't have as much immediacy as the Jeanette, and also the reading of the arrangement, at least on Donald Chalmers' part, is a little different as well. Thank you for joining me. I'll be back with more. I'm Uncle Dave Lewis, and have a Merry Christmas.